interesting thing that I noticed about Summit DeFi is this like gamified version of yield hunting where like teams can win other teams' yields and so on. I was like, what? This is so cool. I'm like, can you walk us through how this process works from like A to Z? Take your time in explaining this stuff simply because like what you guys are bringing forward is quite different from what a lot of retail DeFi users have been experienced to. So like I want to focus on the innovation and I want to focus about these novel concepts that you guys are bringing forward. So feel free, give a high level, low level, whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, sure. We'll try and tackle it from all angles. So, as our overview here, we have something that we call the elevations. So, when you join Summit DFI, you've got the choice of joining the Oasis. Now, the Oasis is your bog standard traditional yield farm. You go in there, what you earn is what you keep. And then it gets interesting. The next three elevations we have is the Plains, the Mesa, and the Summit. So when you head over to the Plains, you get introduced into this gamified yield farming where you pick a totem, and the totem's this cute little mascot for the round. Now, the Oasis has its own. It's a really cute otter. I like to call him Harry. And then you head over into the Plains. You've got the legendary Battle of the Tortoise v Hare. And I'm going to use this as the example here. So say, for instance, you decide to go all in with Tortoise. You pick your totem in that elevation there. And at the end of the 2 hour rounds, or at the moment it's 4 hours, but we're going to drop it back down to 2 hours pretty soon, a sort of random number is drawn. And that decides the winner of the round. And everyone who's in the Plains elevation can join either or totems. So they can join the hare or the tortoise. And if the number is drawn, I'm just going to pull the numbers up now. Just bear with me one moment. So as an example here, in the Plains, the tortoise can win if 0 to 49 is drawn, and the hare can win if 50 to 99 is drawn. So if you're backing the tortoise and number 48 is drawn at the end of the round, everyone who's backing the tortoise can win the entire yield generated in that elevation. So everyone who backed the hare doesn't win any yield for that round. It all goes to the tortoise, which is where you multiply the yield you can earn, which is pretty awesome. We never saw that anywhere else, and we're like, this would be a great idea there. And it creates this whole sort of community bonding. They pick their favorite totem and they sort of bond over it. They cheer when they win, or they boo the other side when they lose. And that's sort of like the easy round. You go down to the Mesa where it's a 5 battle. So you can multiply your yield by up to 5 times because there's 5 different totems. So I've seen wins up to 8 times there. And then the Summit is the ultimate one. You've got 10 different totems there. So if you pick the Red Panda, which is my favorite one, if he happens to win, he has the chance to at least multiply his yield by 10 times because there's everyone betting or putting their yield, should I say, against all the other totems. And there can only be one winner, and that one winner wins the yield from all the other totems, and it's distributed amongst all the other friends there. But that's not all. We've also got the expedition, which I'll let Ark explain because that's where it comes through with his Lego blocks he was mentioning just earlier.
Yeah, I want to expand a little bit on the elevation farming. The dead simple way that we've been explaining it a few times is imagine you're walking up to a roulette table with everybody else that's farming. And if you're earning Summit while you're farming, and you either put that on black or you put it on red. If you roll the dice, or if the roulette table goes and red wins, red's taking their own yield as well as all of black's yield. So you're competing with everybody in the entire ecosystem to win the yield of the people on the opposite side of the table as you. So you get these really, every 4 hours or so right now, we've got 2 big factions warring against each other. Like, come on, this time it's hair. We got it this time. Come on. And it feels really good to win. And it feels really bad to lose, but that's the whole fun of it, right? But like Kuo was saying, there's the expedition side of it. So the elevations, this farming, this yield, gambling or multiplying, whatever you want to call it, this adds this level of fun to it. but we did that because we were removing some of the opportunity cost elsewhere. So like I said before, we're using these Lego blocks to put money into the ecosystem, and then we give that back through the expedition.